You're tuned into the Philly Fans Podcast with your hosts Daniel McDevitt and Ethan Whitney.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fourth installment of the Philly Fans Podcast. One month of Philly Fans Podcast so far. Ethan, how are we doing today?
We're doing great. The Phillies are doing even better. They're wrapping up a four-game sweep, of the San Francisco Giants. And one of the key things that I want to just get into right away has been the rotation. And we got some breaking news earlier this week from John Heyman, and that is Spencer Turnbull is now apparently expected to make his return to the rotation. This was coming after some shaky starts from both Sanchez and Taijuan Walker. Although Taijuan did perform relatively well for 6 innings very recently, but I know we're both very excited about this, and it's just the move that we've been wanting them to make for a while now.
Yeah, so from the articles I was looking at a little bit earlier today, there's some speculation of if he is going to return back to bullpen, because, John Heyman, you can give him his credit, but, we're not sure if these reports are completely true yet, because a quote from Rob Thompson, you can see there's reluctance to mess with the success, but sees this as the best option. There is concern. He's pitched so well, he said, but there's always concern when you do something like that. That's why it's a tough situation. So as it looks right now, he was in there today. He might be following up Chris Sanchez's start and piggybacking off of it. So the report may not be completely true.
It might not be. It's just something that, we're both hoping that it is true, I think. He's one of those people who's just been kind of that guy we signed. I forget if it was just in the middle of spring training or just before spring training. I forget where that was exactly. But he was just that guy. It's like, hey, maybe we get something, maybe we don't. Just kind of that low risk, high rewards. Kyle Schwarber just hit a home run. Low risk, high reward scenarios. And obviously we've been seeing that extremely high rewards so far. And it's just, once again, like you said, it's not a guarantee that that's true, but I'm hoping it is. And either way, I understand.
I would agree 100%. I would definitely want Spencer Turnbull in the bullpen. He's been having a great start to the season, and there's no reason that a guy like Taijuan Walker or even Christopher Sanchez should be getting a spot over him.
Yeah, I understand why Rob Thompson is reluctant though, because I'm very keen on if it isn't broken, don't fix it. And it's like the rotation's not perfect, but it's not broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But to say that Taijuan Walker deserves a spot over Spencer Turnbull currently,
yeah,
is just no, absolutely.
Taijuan Walker, I thought for a second there when he was pitching last night, he went 6 innings, allowed just the 1 run. I thought for a second, I was like, all right, maybe I was too harsh on him. And then Rob Thompson probably shouldn't have kept him in for the 7th, but either way, things kind of fell apart from there. Ended up being a 5-4 game instead of a 5-1 game.
Yeah.
And just
Taijuan Walker, he's not that guy.
No, not at all. And transitioning to another key point from this Giants series, it is that Trey Turner on an incredible play, frankly, if we can give him some credit here.
We were just talking about last season about the slides. Last season. We were talking about last episode about the slides and how it's fun to watch with Trey Turner. And might have jinxed it a little bit.
Yeah, well, if you haven't heard, he's out for, it has been said, went from 10-day IL to now at least 6 weeks on the injured reserve, which is just, you don't have to hear me to say it to know that this is just a massive blow to the Phillies who are just starting to hit their stride. It is going to be, Whit Merrifield's going to get a lot more playing time. Stott is playing shortstop today, and Edmundo Sosa's obviously going to get a lot more playing time. And I obviously trust Edmundo Sosa a lot. He's been fantastic this season. Whit Merrifield's starting to hit his stride, but none of those guys have ever been Trey Turner.
Yeah, one of the positives coming out of this is we know we have a team that's can fill in the roles. We have Whit Merrifield, utility man. We have Edmundo Sosa, who we know can play the infield well. And it's going to be about the team stepping up. But, going into the season, I knew we were going to find injuries and big players. It's just how the Phillies have been for years and years. And, Whit Merrifield against Simon was great because now you have a guy who can go in anywhere. And it's just about our team's never going to stay healthy, and that's just the way it is. It's 162 games, and it's a minor injury that Trey has. I would put it as, I would say that's minor. He's going to come back this season. It isn't no Mike Trout meniscus. But, really, I don't have any worry over it. Let him have his time off. Let him have a break. It's a rough hurt to the season. I mean, hurts his all-star chances, but at the same time, team-wise, I know we're going to bounce back. 100%.
Definitely. And here's something I wanted to put this in. I ended up, it just kind of slipped past me. Edmundo Sosa has been, I did actually end up putting this in. Edmundo Sosa has been a phenomenal bat off the bench this year. And he has just been, any concern that we had over the depth of this roster maybe was solved with both Whit Merrifield and just this amazing season to this point from Edmundo Sosa.
Yeah, Edmundo Sosa is no stranger to stepping up in a role after injury. He's done that a few years now, and I mean, it's just kind of his spot. He knows that's when he goes in, and he's doing a fantastic job right now in that spot. I mean, he's no Trey Turner, but he's still filling the ball for him.
I mean, no matter what he really does, I think he really asserted himself in this city along with pretty much all the athletes on this team during that wild card game 2 years ago against St. Louis. That rally in the ninth inning. I think that's when that is like when I pin that moment as like the moment that this team kind of like was born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
First playoff run for them.
Heck of a playoff run it was.
I was at them at the bank. It was great.
You were?
I was.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow.
And NLCS Game 5 against the San Diego Padres to send us to the World Series.
My family, I forget where we were, but we weren't at home. And I'm like, so we're out, and we're at this hotel, and we're watching on this small TV. We're all huddled around it. It was amazing. Oh, I loved it.
Well, you come from Yankees fans.
My dad was born in New Jersey and is a Yankees fan. That is true. I forget if it was the day before or later in the day, but my dad watched his Yankees get swept by the Astros. So only one of us left that night happy. That's all I can say.
Womp womp.
Transition to another thing that I wanted to say, that we posted this on the Twitter. Check us out at Philly Fans Pod. We post all the time during the games. Selfish promotion there. And we posted, put some respect on Jeff Hoffman's name, because he has just been unbelievable to this point in the season. He has kind of split that closing role with Jose Alvarado, and he's done it very well. And it's just, he has stepped up as that second, I don't want to say stepped up. I think we all knew he was already capable of it, but he has just been such a fantastic arm in the bullpen for us so far this season. I think his bullpen's ERA, is at 1.29-ish or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I have a cool story about Jeff Hoffman, because I was just researching him, and he does what is called seal-type breathing during game, as a method to get out of high leverage outings. A tool he's picked up from guest speakers, including Navy SEALs. Over the course of his career, the goal is a low heart rate because pitching is hard enough without one. It allows him to execute his game plan better. And honestly, it's pretty cool.
That is exactly what I want to hear out of the best righty in my bullpen. Oh my god.
He trains like a Navy SEAL. He doesn't train, but he uses their breathing techniques, which are pretty
I'm not gonna say he doesn't train like a Navy SEAL.
I'm not gonna say he doesn't pitch like a Navy SEAL. Have you ever seen a Navy SEAL pitch?
I've never seen him and a Navy SEAL in the same room.
Exactly.
That's
Hoffman, Navy SEAL.
All right. Moving on. I think we got. I'm sorry.
We are
My bad.
dancing around the elephant in the room right now.
We are.
Phillies are the best team in baseball right now.
We are very much dancing around that.
The Phillies are the best team in baseball right now, with the best record of 24-11.
Going on 25 when we finish this up against the Giants as well.
As we're recording this, it is currently the ninth inning.
I think it's the bottom of the ninth right now.
Bottom of the ninth. Okay.
I think it was. What was the date?
Bottom of the ninth.
April something. I don't know. I don't have it checked. The last time I got the notification, it was the bottom of the 8th, so I'm assuming it's the 9th-ish now.
Okay, because if it was bottom of the 9th, then we would have let up all the runs.
Did I say bottom of the 9th?
Yeah.
Oh.
Continue.
I think it was April 11th, 2022 or something like that. The last time the Phillies led the NL East. I mean, we preached how much this team needed needed to get off to a good start, and they've done that and then some. I mean, they're not just the best team in the NL East. They're not just the best team in the NL. They're the best team in all of Major League Baseball, and they continue to back that up day in and day out. You okay over there?
Yeah, sorry. Dealing with the dog. But, yeah, so they are obviously the best team. I mean, if you look at their run differential in the last 19 games for the Phillies, a 16-3 record, by the way, in the last 19 games, which is just absolutely insane. 16-3 in the last 19 games is just completely wild for this team. Especially because we're never usually a first-half team, ever.
Never. We haven't been a first-half team since, like, the 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. And our run differential, number 1 in the MLB, as of entering today, May 6th, 2024.
Yep.
The run differential is plus 53. Runs scored, another thing best in the MLB, is 114 runs. And we have the 5th fewest runs allowed at 61. There is no better team in baseball right now, and there's nothing changing my mind.
I wonder what the second team is for runs scored, because I'd have to imagine there's a sizable gap in between first and second. And as I'm speaking, Phillies have wrapped up their 4th straight win against the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
25-11. So another one and plus 5 to the run differential.
In the last 20 games, they are 17-3.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
That is. I had high expectations for this team. I didn't see this coming. I expected us to be good at this point in the season.
Yeah,
like,
I expected a slow beginning half of the season, but I didn't expect them to come out rolling like this, where they're just dominating the MLB. And I think it just has to do with the locker room mentality. This team's just coming out there to have fun, as it was. The Brandon Marsh mic'd up the other night.
Oh my god! Stay loose and stay sexy.
Stay loose and stay sexy.
Buying that
new
t-shirt
that Brandon Marsh was dubbing in the dugout today. What a t-shirt!
I mean, what other team Brandon Marsh? I don't know if a lot of people know this. I think a lot of people learned this last night. Brandon Marsh and Alec Bohm live together.
They do.
That's what they said over the air, that they live in the same house. Hold up. I want to fact check myself right here before I sound like an idiot, because I'm almost certain that they said this on the ESPN broadcast, which, on another note, was painful to watch. Just give me John Crook and Tom McCarthy there.
Yeah, no. I want to put this out there. The NBC Sports Philadelphia broadcasts
Clears.
are 100% better than any broadcast there is out there. And hold on. While we're here talking about broadcasts, because I didn't even think they were going to bring this up, the worst broadcast by far is Apple TV. It is so minimalistic.
They went silent for 20 minutes.
Well, no, I didn't mean that. I just mean the overlays and everything. It just looks like just a dull broadcast. I don't know. Just everything about it just isn't. There's no color. It comes back and it's just hey Siri, how many runs does the Phillies have?
Yup.
I don't care. Show me a cool graphic and
show me.
Going, this is amazing. That's all I need.
Hold up. Also, this is coming from The Athletic. Brandon Marsh and Alec Bohm are living together this season. So that is insane. Wonderful. That makes so much sense. Do you see the list that went out where it's it was a little side conversations tonight by Tom McCarthy and John Kurek, and it was just this. It was everything that you could think of that could there was nothing that you could have possibly thought could have come up in a baseball broadcast.
There was I think
amazing.
We mentioned this one time of John Kruk talking about his time playing in a league in Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah.
I'm not gonna mention that one.
But, we need to stop doing this. It's
to pivot.
So funny.
Let's see what's next up on the agenda. Alec Bohm pushing himself to be more and more of an MVP candidate every day.
Gonna contain myself this time, but Alec Bohm has been just, like you said, MVP candidate as of when this might not be the case as of when I'm recording, but as of, I put in the exact time, 11:30 on May 5th, he led the league in batting average. That is over guys like Mookie Betts. That is over guys like Freddie Freeman. That is over Shohei Ohtani. Like I said, it might not be anymore. But just for him to even be in that conversation
Mhm.
is just a blessing for us to have that as our third baseman and not even like that's maybe our third best bat on the team, maybe our fourth best bat on the team right now. Like you got Harper, you got Schwarber. He moves up obviously because Turner's out. I'd say third maybe just off the top of my head. I'm probably missing Marsh as well, but you get the point I'm trying to make. It's just
Yeah.
this offense is just unbelievably stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah. So as of entering into into today, Alec Boehm is number 2 in. Sorry. Yeah, I think this was earlier today, at around like I'd say like 5 o'clock. These stats went up, but Alec Boehm is second in the MLB with a batting average of 360. He has 4 home runs in the season. Is second in RBIs at 32. And
32?
OPS is 1.006 at fourth. So
32 RBIs in
32 RBIs.
32 RBI, and what is it? 36 games now. Yeah, 25 and 11,
Yes,
36 games.
games.
That is, I mean, obviously he's on pace for obviously probably like an unbelievable amount of RBIs right now. I'm not a mathematician, but that is 32 RBIs in 36 games. For anyone who doesn't know, is incredibly good.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because like we can always put out the question of like who's going to be the MVP. It's too early in the season to even like guess
Yeah.
at that. We can still like mess around with it and call him like future MVP, but he is 100% on. Like this is not a up for debate thing. He's 100% on track to
Absolutely.
win a Silver Slugger.
Absolutely. I mean, just there's not a
MVP could be
third.
debated, but like, he is on
Yeah,
track to win a Silver Slugger.
MVP stuff just because the power. It's not really. He has power. We all know that, but especially when you look at shit like I saw this one thing was like, what's going to happen when Ohtani only gets to focus on hitting? He's unbelievable right now. So it's just the power that. But Silver Slugger, I think, if he continues at what he's at, it's a guarantee for him
Mm-hmm.
at this rate. And it's just unbelievable. And speaking of players formerly in the NL East now, it is Marlins second baseman Luis Arias traded to the Padres for prospects and relievers. You don't normally see a team going for a yard sale like this, or the beginning of their yard sale, on May 4th?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna just be a constant fire drill with the Marlins. I mean, they're just a terrible organization, and Gabe Kapler being there is the cherry on top. Gabe Kapler, but yeah, I mean you're gonna see many players leave the Marlins. They're probably just gonna trade a lot of their talent. Maybe build a team around Jazz Chisholm, which I'd say they'd be their franchise guy at this point.
I hope they do.
But
I hope they build their team around Jazz Chisholm.
I mean that's like the only person on that roster that I could see.
But yeah,
But
Josh Chisholm's a good player. He's just very inconsistent and he was injury prone last year, I believe.
I believe he was, yeah. But I mean, that's
Don't
just
quote
gonna
me
be
on
the guy
that.
they're gonna build their team around at this point because there's no one on that team I can see being a cornerstone. They might just try to trade for a big player or sign a big player in the offseason, but there's really just no hope with that franchise currently.
Yeah, and there was a quote that surfaced from their president of baseball operations. The name is escaping me at the moment, but he flat out said, I don't know if this was in a press conference or something, but he just said that there is something like, we don't expect to be a playoff contender this year. After making the playoffs last year, having what was really your best season.
He didn't surprise anyone by saying that.
No, not at all, but he's saying what we've all thought for 31 games now. But after really having your best season, or maybe
games.
what is that?
I said you could say 10 games.
But I mean, you could argue 2020 was a great year for them, but that was obviously the bubble and COVID and everything like that. But really, one of their best seasons since their World Series title, and then they fire their fantastic president of baseball operations, Kim. Or her last name is escaping me at the moment, but she did wonders for that team. They fire her, and now, they're just kind of. I hate to use this term because it just seems so redundant, but like the baseball guys just kind of punishing them for that, and just I didn't expect them. I expected them to fall off this year because last year was kind of a pipe dream for them, but to be 7-24, I believe it is at this point.
Yeah,
Like
they
they
got
are
beaten
not
by
supposed to
the
be this bad.
they got beaten by the soon-to-be Las Vegas, or soon-to-be Sacramento right now, Athletics.
I think they're going to Sacramento.
Sacramento.
We got to do
They're
an
getting their
episode on
name
the
changed, too.
Athletics.
I believe it's going.
They're getting their name changed?
I believe it's going to be the Sacramento Athletics. If
Ah.
I am correct, and I believe I am, they put in a copyright to copyright the name the Sacramento Athletics.
I thought we have to do a separate episode on the Athletics during the off season.
Yeah, we've talked about them a lot.
We definitely do. But I thought I heard that they were just going to go by the Athletics and it wasn't going to be like SAC or something like that. But like I said, we got to do an episode on like the Athletics, on the White Sox. That's going to be fun episodes to do come time. Going back to the present time.
I wanted to mention why I was bringing up the Athletics.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so the Oakland Athletics played the Marlins the other day.
Gotcha. Yeah.
May 4th, and they were defeated 4-20. So.
Oh, I did see that.
They were not going home for free Burger King burger.
Have they gotten that once this season?
They have, yes, they have. They have won a few home.
It's like that. The Pistons.
Pistons Wingstop.
Wingstop. Yeah.
That was brutal. A lot of people were trying to get their wings.
No one did. Not a single person. But yeah, just. I mean, like I've said this before. You don't need us to tell you. You just a flat look at their record and you're like, what happened there? Like, how do you let the Athletics get hot? Because they're on a 6-game winning streak now. They're at like 17-17 now. How do you look at yourself and like, yeah, we're the team that let them get hot? Like,
yeah, I mean, the Athletics are actually having a pretty good season. Like, no real
for their expectations.
No real diss for them. I mean, they're doing pretty good, but big series coming up against the New York Mets. I mean, the Mets. People are thinking that they're heating up and becoming a contender. I really don't see that happening at all, but it's going to come down. We have a stretch of 4 games that are going to be split between Citi Field and Citizens Bank Park in the same stretch of week. So the first 2 games are going to start out at Citi Field, and then they're going to drive back down to Citizens Bank Park and play another 2 games. So it's going to be a good series to watch. And
wait,
yeah,
in the same series?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I did not notice that. I was looking over the schedule just last night. Wow.
Yeah. So the series going to the stand for the Phillies is going to start out 3 games in Miami away. So they're going to start in Miami. Then the next day they're going to go to New York, play against them in Citi Field for 2 days. Then they're going to drive back down to Philadelphia, play the Mets for 2 days. Play the Mets again for 2 days more. And then they have to play the Nationals 3 more games.
Yeah, this is the interesting part because we talked about our schedule way back in episode 1, really. But this was supposed to be the part of the season where the schedule got tougher because I thought the Giants were going to be a much better team than they are right now. I thought the Blue Jays were going to be a much better team than they are right now. The Reds are still a good team. I thought the Mets, to be honest, were going to be about where they are. They're hotter right now than I thought they would be. They're starting to find their stride a little bit. Like you said, though, I still don't think that makes them contenders. It just makes them right in the middle. Yeah, like I very well could see them going like 81-81.
Yeah.
But the schedule at this point, so much easier than it should have been, really. And, like we said a couple episodes back, we're still looking to see them prove it against better competition. But you can only play who you have on the schedule. So for right now, like, listen, if we have to hand it to the Nationals, the Mets, the Marlins, the Blue Jays, the Giants, whoever, we're just going to take those free wins. And then we're going to, eventually I have full faith in this team that they're going to show out when their series comes against the Braves and the Dodgers and the Brewers are red hot right now and the Cubs and everyone like that. They haven't given me a reason to not believe that we can't keep up with the best competition in the league right now. We've just yet to see it. We've just yet to see it be proven on a diamond yet. But when they keep performing like this, I'm going to keep believing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, ice cream truck passing by, but don't know if you hear that. I got pretty distracted.
I was like, what is he looking at?
It's the ice cream truck. It's right up there. I don't know if you can hear it, but I was pretty excited.
Pause the episode, go grab ice cream.
See ya. But yeah, I mean, another player I want to point out is before we end this episode is Brandon Marsh. I mean, he's been stunning on the field as of recently, playing some great baseball. I mean, his stats aren't if you were to look at his stats, won't be backing it up that much. I mean, he's tied for 31st with 6 home runs, but on the field, he's been coming up clutch in good spots, and that's just kind of what you would ask out of him.
Do you have his RBI stats pulled up by chance?
Yes, he has 20 RBIs, tied for 34th.
I thought it was way higher than that, but that's still 20 RBIs through, what was it, 36 games now, like I said earlier?
Yeah.
That's still nothing to scoff at by any means. So, like you said, just
stranger to pulling in runs.
He's staying loose and stay loose and stay sick.
Staying sexy. After the reply that was made by the Philly Fans Podcast on Twitter at Philly Fans Pod.
At Philly Fans Pod.
There was a reply to the Phillies post of him holding his shirt that says "Stay loose and sexy," and we put the little what is it, GIF or GIF?
It's GIF. It's graphics something. It's GIF.
Okay, so GIF. Yeah, we put the GIF of "Take my money," and I kid you not, so many people commented, "You can buy it here. You can buy it here. You can buy it."
It was like 5. It was.
Oh my.
I looked at it, I was like, oh, wait, we're gaining traction. And I checked the replies. Oh, we are not gaining traction.
They are business people. I'll give them that. They were ready. They saw that.
They aren't people.
They're not people. They're bots.
We'll do the Elon Musk episode in July.
The Elon Musk episode of the Philly Fans Podcast.
It's going to go down in history, that's for sure.
We'll gain some traction, I'll tell you that much. But
Deletes our tweet.
Ethan, you want to shout out our socials before we end this podcast?
Absolutely. So you can find us on TikTok at Philly Fans Podcast. We post clips of the podcast all the time. We'll probably be having the clips up for, over here you can find our Twitter accounts, which is at, you say you're at, I don't know yours.
At DMcDevitt525, and you can find Ethan, at DMcDevitt25. You can find Ethan at Ethan_W6, and you can find the Philly Fans Podcast at Philly Fans Pod.
Definitely. It's been like I was saying, we'll probably have the clips for this episode up either later tonight or tomorrow. Check it out. We post it there all the time. Leave a comment if you think we were right, wrong, or you think we should cancel the podcast because we are that far off. We won't listen to your feedback. No, I'm kidding. But
I really won't.
No, but feedback is definitely greatly appreciated, though. Feedback's definitely greatly appreciated. We'd love to hear what you have to say. What can we do better? What would you like us to talk about? And just anything like that, leave it a like.
All right. And with that, episode 4 and 1 month in of the Philly Fans Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm Dan McDevitt, as always, joined by my co-host, Ethan Whitney. Have a great night.